Okay. So we to improve the system to send out press releases for the first 4 years and a half. To send out press releases, I've used a proprietary system for public relations agencies that I've been using for ages, which it was rather good, but not as flexible as this system. Then we managed, by talking to the phplist guys, I told them that I was willing to test their system and help them to make the system good also for press release distribution. So help them in improving that for not just for marketing campaign, but for press release distribution. So we made an agreement, and they are giving this for free to us. We don't pay basically the hosting. And we have at the moment, these are our numbers. So we can send every month 50,000 emails. We can increase that, but there's no point to do that. As you see, this month we sent 13,000, so we still have quite many to send. This is our account. This is the dashboard. At the moment, is only there is a single user. This is one of the, because it's typically something that is actioned by the marketing department. I asked them to make it multi-user. They're working on that. So one of the next version will be multi-user, because what I've told them is that we must need in the future several people sending out press releases in specific languages, not independently by letting every other know that we are sending press releases, but on their own. At the moment, so I have to be the central point because I am the owner of the account. And inside the account there are 13,000 emails, so we cannot share that much the credentials, because there is a privacy problem with all these emails inside. So I'm willing to create other accounts, but I'm not willing to share credentials at the moment because it's risky in terms of security. So that is basically our dashboard, and this tells you how many press releases we have sent so far. So we have sent 65,000, more than 60,000 emails since we started in March, end of March. And so far, this is a really, really, really good system. I want you to understand how the system works, because it gives us huge opportunities to improve our communication. So let's, this for instance is what we get after the one campaign is over. So this was the press release that I've sent on September 16, and it was sent to 4,119 journalists. So each journalist gets a separate email. It's not blind copy. It's an email to him that we can even make personal. Dear John. I don't make it personal because there's no point at this moment, but if necessary, we can make it personal. There are switches and tags that we can use. Out of 4,394 views, which means it's almost 10%. It's a rather, you can say it's not a good percentage. It's a very good percentage. Usually press release, a PR agency will tell you that a percentage of 3% it starts to be a good percentage. So if we are at over 9, is a very good percentage. Keep in mind that each journalist receives an average of 300 emails with press releases per day. So if you look at the number of seconds he has in his day, it's not one press release per second, but we are close to one press release, to 4 to 5 press releases per minute, which is really much. Of course, and unfortunately, there are 376 bounces. Journalists are used to change magazine, used to change editor, used to change publisher, and chasing them is an incredible problem. So every week I spend at least 4 hours in in correcting the addresses that bounce back, because it's they will never send you an email. Some guys, they send you an email that says I'm changing my post, so please change the email from this to that. But it's not more than 5% is doing this. So the other 95%, you have to start looking into the internet and see where he is now and how the email has changed. But at least this gives us evidence of the changes. The previous system, the email were lost, and we could know only because the journalist, in some cases, not receiving our press releases, sent an email like, oh, I was receiving your press releases since until August, and then it's November, I don't receive them anymore. Now we can chase them immediately. I didn't chase them so far because there was the conference, but on Monday when I'm back in Italy, I will start chasing these guys that have. Some of them may have retired, some of them, of course, not everyone is changing. But this helps us in keeping the mailing list clean. So let's, I show you the process to send out a press release. This is the press release that I've sent the other day about the 502. So I took the screenshots while I was creating the campaign. They call it still a campaign because it's a marketing campaign. For us, it's not a campaign, but anyway, I don't mind about the name. So you have an editor. Actually, they have just improved this. It's a basic editor, but I usually never write the press release here. I use LibreOffice, of course, and then I cut and paste it. They unfortunately have a paste from Microsoft Word. And I've suggested them to add another one that is paste from ODF, which would be nicer. Actually, it's not true that it's paste from Microsoft Word, because if I paste an ODF inside, it gets it. So it's probably paste from a word processor.
It's paste with removing stupid.
Yeah, exactly. It filters the additional stuff. So when I paste something using this, which is paste from Word, it opens a window and I paste inside that window. This is the text. Then you hit OK, and you have the text inside the dashboard. And then as several journalists want the HTML, several journalists want the text version. So this allows me to generate the text version from HTML just by pushing this button. So I get the two versions, and a journalist can decide, because each journalist has his own small dashboard, and he can decide to receive text, HTML, or to receive only one message per week, and so all the options that a mailing list manager gives you. So this is the text version, and then you choose a format. I've created a system template, which is using the LibreOffice Green. It's a simple. There is a header and a footer with LibreOffice, but it's just for making it nicer. And then I decide to send an attachment. I always send a press release with a small attachment. For instance, in this one, there was nothing real that I could attach. So I attach the small splash screen of LibreOffice. Because editors today, online, offline, you always publish an image inside the article. So I want them not to lose the time to look for the image. I already send them the image. Of course, if they are smart enough to have more images for LibreOffice, then they are free to choose their own image. But at least they get the splash screen to attach without looking for the image around the web. Of course, this is attached. As you see, it's a small one. I never send a large attachment unless there is a specific reason to send a large attachment. And then I define the hour, because in this case I wanted to send it on September 23. This is before I move it. I've changed it. So you can decide that which is the time the press release will start leaving automatically. You don't have to be online when the campaign is started. Once you have set the campaign, it starts automatically. You say stop sending after, because if it bounces, it tries to send it again and again and again until there are 3 bounces from an address. Then it will put the address aside and will send you the address in a list as a bounce address. You can repeat the campaign, which of course has no meaning with press releases, but could be an option sometimes. And you can requeue, which means restarts from scratch every now and then. Of course, this is more from the marketing side, but nothing tells us that we cannot use this for as a newsletter if we want, and therefore to use instead of press releases to send out a newsletter. Why not? And then I choose the list. The list at the moment are divided into global. I have Italia because I have only in Italy I have almost 3,000 editors. So of course Italy is very segmented because this is my historical list of Italian editors. Then I have Europe, America, Pacific, Africa, Asia, Far East, Asia, Middle Asia, and Asia, Middle East. Asia is such a huge continent that I had to segment it. Otherwise, I was not finding the mailing list. This is for my use, but I think it's easy to understand for everyone. Just because otherwise, it take you a huge amount of time to select the list. And then I have list for platform, which means Android, for instance, iOS. This is not by language, it's by platform. These are the journalists that we have the Android one because I sent out a press release about the Android viewer. So I created an Android mailing list. Of course, I will improve the platform mailing list, and nothing tells that I will add categories. We will probably have a cloud category when the cloud version will be available. Then you see all subscribers are 13,090. The 1,290 are the journalists that have unsubscribed, which were on top of 13,090. Of course, journalists, at the end of each message, they find if you don't want to receive any more this message, you click here and you will unsubscribe. I prefer them to unsubscribe. They can subscribe again, of course, instead of thinking that we send spam. So of course every time we have a little bit of some people that unsubscribe, I don't mind. I keep on adding more people than the people that unsubscribe. Test, of course, is a small mailing list that I use to test messages to see how they. It's 4 addresses. Or it's 4 addresses where I am. Just to see how the message looks if necessary. And then these are the lists that I chose for this email. Clicks by there is a I gave the name, but then I put an explanation to make everyone aware. But when we will share it, I will run a webinar for everyone else to understand. So clicks by journalists are the journalists that have opened a previous email. So these journalists are receiving all our press releases because they have shown interest by opening one of the emails. Of course, if they're not interested anymore, they can unsubscribe. Then editorial team list is alias email of editorial departments. It's like, for instance, editors at PC Magazine, editors at PC World, editors at Computer World. It's one alias and several people are subscribed to that alias. In some cases, a journalist will unsubscribe from his personal email because he's already receiving the alias, or vice versa. He wants to receive it on his personal, he will unsubscribe the alias. Then invited journalists are the journalists. I have pushed a little bit the number of journalists, so I've invited journalists to subscribe to our emails, but I'm not sending them minor releases. I send them only major releases with a small paragraph on top that says, this is one of our major releases, you will receive it only twice a year. You are, of course, invited to subscribe to our regular mailing list. If they subscribe, they switch to the other mailing list automatically. Then there are journalists on list. These are the journalists that I consider our friends. They did not open all emails, but these are the guys that have told me that they wanted to be on our list. Because I write, before inserting a journalist into the mailing list, I send him an email standard that says, I've seen that you are writing about office software. Do you mind if I send you LibreOffice press releases? Or I've seen that you're writing about productivity or about standards or about, do you mind if you to receive our press releases? So these are the journalists on lists because they've accepted to be on our list. And then I've created for the LibreOffice 5.0 a special list of editors that are testing Office Suite. So I've called that LibreOffice 5.0, launch of LibreOffice 5.0. I might change the name of this list in the future, so product review editors. But at the moment it's 5.0, it's okay for me. And when we launched 5.0, I created a special list of reviewers of Windows 10. So, 1 week before, the Microsoft launched Windows 10, 1 week before our launch of 5.0. So just by digging on the website, I found all the editors that in that week did a review of Windows 10. So I sent to all the editors a special launch package that was, you have reviewed Windows 10, LibreOffice 5.0 is compatible with Windows 10, you may want to review LibreOffice 5.0. And in the future we will do more and more and more of this, because of course now I will make a mailing list of all the reviewers of Office 16. Because it's natural, if you test Office 16, you should test LibreOffice. Maybe you are more enthusiastic about Office 16, but then you know LibreOffice. So this is, and being a minor release, I've sent only in English, not in other languages. But we can decide to send minor release in other languages as well. That's not written in any way. By the way, in this area there are Indian journalists. In Far East there is Taiwan, of course. There is China. You speak the same language at the end, so if you translate the press release, I will send that to Chinese journalists, and I hope you will not be offended by that. America, of course, is North and South America. Africa, we have a few journalists. I think that Africa is a challenge that we have to improve because it's such a poor continent that they have other problems than installing software. I totally understand. But from what I understand, they are really supporting free software. Because of course, it's not a cost, but it's not just the fact that it's not a cost. They are really concerned. They have real ethical concern on one side, and they are happy about the fact that we support their languages, and they don't have to spend money to have a suite in their language. So they have, for instance, we have LibreOffice in Swahili. You can understand that all the central the Africa is speaking Swahili, so and it's not easy for them to find even books in Swahili. So finding a software for them is a very important thing. I will improve it. I will add categories. I will add the flexibility of the system is very good. It's very solid. So we will add countries. We will add. As I said, now we have only one clicks by journalist. My objective is to have click by journalist in every language. So in every language should have two mailing lists, one generic and one with the address of the journalists that have opened our press releases. And these guys should always get our press releases. And not only these guys, we should start poking these guys, calling these guys at local level and talking to these guys and meeting these guys because they are interested in our stuff. This gives you the numbers, so all subscribers, as you can see, the editors opt-in, of course, has no refusals. All the others are people that has unsubscribed. I don't see that as a problem. As you can see, the number of people that is receiving is a lot bigger than the people that have unsubscribed. So it's a good, for me, it's a good situation. Every list, you can delete the list, look at the list, of course. So look at the list of emails. For several emails, I also have the name of the journalist and the name of the magazine, and I've added a number of fields which are covers a platform, covers as reviewed LibreOffice and so on. And my plan is to improve this and in a way that in the future it will be easy to search the list and find the guys that have to receive a specific press release because they are already on target. You can look at the people, you can add it, and you can. So these ones are public because I want the journalist. These are the two latest. I want the journalist to be able to access their profile. If this is not clicked, the lists are private. That means that the journalist cannot update his profile on the list. It's not that I don't want the journalist to do that, but there is still not clean enough to show that to external sources. If you think that this has been done in 8 months, it's quite a lot of work, and before it's clean enough to show to external sources, it probably is going to be next year. It's a rather demanding job. Then last thing, you add the Google Analytics tracking code, which is just in a message. You don't need to reset the statistic, I don't mind. I mean, it's and then you hit this big button, place campaign in queue for sending. That means you of course you send it immediately if you didn't change the scheduling tab. Otherwise, it will wait until the schedule is leaving. Usually, as we decide before the time of the release, I program this the evening before. And I program giving me half an hour of time to stop everything. So usually the press release starts 30 minutes after our announcement, just because I want to be sure that everything has worked. Otherwise, I have 30 minutes to stop the campaign and to reschedule it at a later date, because it's automatic, of course. So, and this just to again, we looked at the previous one. This gives all the sent as HTML 3900, as text 174, bounce 3076, open 394, clicked 15. I usually always have a link inside the release to see the people that are clicking. Of course, the guys that are clicking on it are even more interested than the guys that are opening it. So this is why I've told you, forwarded. It happened, not that much, but some press releases have been sent by an editor to another editor. And I get an email that says that press release has been forwarded by Mr. X to Mr. Y. So this is why I'm telling you that for the time being, before we are able to have a multi-user account, it is better than I concentrate all the sending of press releases, and then I'm happy to share the statistics. I'm happy to give you, because this 394, if I click on that red number, I get the list of emails. So I'm happy to share with you the list of emails, let's say, of Indian journalists that have opened a press release. And then you may want to send them an email in your language that says, thank you for opening our press release. We hope that you are happy with the LibreOffice 5.0 or 5. Whatever. If you want to get information about the LibreOffice community in India, please poke me, and so on and so forth. Because this way, I think that journalist will be happy to know that there is someone speaking in his own language, will probably be happier to publish about LibreOffice, because maybe you explain them that LibreOffice in their language, there is a community, and there is a number of people that are willing to inform him in the right way, in a transparent way. We don't want him to write anything that he doesn't want about LibreOffice, but of course we are more than happy to provide him all the materials that he needs to write nice articles. And I know that can probably sound a little bit unfamiliar to some of you, but this is the way you do it. I mean, there's no other way to grow your popularity amongst journalists. Either you have a huge amount of money to buy advertising, and therefore the journalists will notice that every 3 pages in their magazine there is an advertising of your company, but we don't have that much money. So we have to use what we can, which is being nice, gentle, collaborative, provide information, be transparent, be happy to provide additional information. If we cannot meet a deadline, I will tell it immediately to the journalist. One journalist from a Linux magazine spoke to me the first day of the meeting, of the conference. And I answered, Matthew, sorry, but I'm swamped. I will not be able to send you anything before Friday. So if it's still okay for you, you will get my text on Friday evening. Otherwise, thank you for the opportunity, but I can't. And Matthew has told me, don't worry, I'm waiting to publish the article, I'm waiting your quote. Probably if instead of telling him immediately, you have to wait 3 days, I would let him wait until yesterday evening, or even worse this morning, to to tell him that I was not able to send the stuff, not only he would have ignored us, but probably would have said that son of a nice lady is creating me a problem, because I've left some space for his comments, and now he's telling me that he's not able to give me his comments. And this is just an example. So tell them immediately, I cannot. I mean, we are all volunteers, so we cannot work 24 hours for anyone, especially if we are not paid. So it's a lot better to tell people we do our best effort, because they will understand. They will understand our goodwill to cooperate with them. And that's was already seen. And these are all the statistics. So these are all the, this I think, can it be in Hungarian, paketov? No, okay, sorry. This is English, crowd. This is German, Spitzenklasse. This I don't know. This is Italian. So these are the results of the press releases sent in. There is Hungarian as well, but it was probably one of the first it's on the second page, not on the first. It's 10 per page. But you see views, clicks, how many sent, and so it's important. Can give us a very good background on what we are doing. Okay, and I'm finished. Thank you. The software is available for free for us.
Okay, but not for the community members. Let's say, for example, so this can be used for other purposes as well, not only.
Okay, so phplist is a free software. You can install your own instance on your server. It's rather easy. I've installed one instance on my server. I've not used, but I wanted to see how difficult it was. It's not incredibly difficult. You need, of course, a server somewhere, but it's rather easy to install. Online, of course, the importance is that they maintain that for us. So we don't have to upgrade it. We don't have to make any change. They are doing the management, which can be quite a lot of time. So of course for us it's free for TDF, which means as long as you do that for TDF, it's free for all of you. I think early next year there will be the multi-user version, so everyone will have a multi-user version. We'll have an account. The account will allow to use all the mailing list, to send the campaigns and so on. Of course, myself as a manager, I will get emails for all the activities, but we need someone that controls the use of the platform. It's not to control you, but of course we have to coordinate stuff.
One question.
Sure.
In the coming multi-user environment, for translated press releases, the center should be with a Document Foundation email address.
No, absolutely not. Let's say that probably we will agree on a signature that says, if you want to know about the TDF, this is the address and it will be my address. If you want to know about LibreOffice, your address for Iceland, and it's your address. Of course,
in the mechanism,
there is a signature that every user can decide. So in the template, you decide the signature. At the moment, there is only, of course, one, but each user, when you configure your user environment, you have to configure your signature. So all your messages will have the same signature. Of course, we will agree on a signature that is similar for everyone to be consistent, which I think will be question to TDF, this address, question about LibreOffice, this address, question about the Icelandic community, this address.
There should be some sort of protocol about.
Yeah, no, we have to be consistent. I don't want that our communication is different for each one, because otherwise it looks like a mess. And we would look unprofessional. This is the problem, you know. Microsoft is using Burson Marsteller. Burson Marsteller is a very good PR agency. They look very professional. We should look as professional as Burson Marsteller, even if we are not Burson Marsteller. And again, if you're not on the private marketing list, send me an email, because you should get into the private marketing list. Myself, Sophie, I mean, any myself, Sophie, or Florian, we are the person that are looking after this kind of stuff. Send us an email after the conference to make sure that you are on the right mailing list.